All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TGE Q2 Startup Pitch Day, crafted specifically for startups launching a token in Q2 of 2024. My name's Ian Minderman. I'm the CBDO of Humans, and we help fundable Web3 companies run fundraising campaigns. So, let me go ahead and tell you a bit about today's event. Today, we're having a demo day where you can discover hidden gems, startups that are launching their tokens in the upcoming quarter. We think it's difficult to stay focused, to focus on startups that are genuinely exciting, sorting through all the meme tokens to find something truly worthwhile, or at the very least, just as enjoyable. So, the exciting part, and pay attention to this, is that today, most of the pitchers will be offering rewards to supporters. Wow. So, as a small yet pleasant gift for supporters, 5 startups today will reward every supporter of the event with their token, NFT, or valuable points. If you want to get the reward right now, do post about the demo day on social media, tag humans, and our Twitter handle is at humans from web3 underscore, or our X handle, however you want to do it. But yeah, it's at humans from web3 underscore. And support the startups pitching. You'll find out who the rewards are from a bit later, so stay tuned. So, before we begin, I would like to get some information about some of the investors that are here today. So, first and foremost, I would love to hear from Mikhail Krylov. He is from Mars DAO. So, Mikhail, would you be willing to tell us a little bit about what you're looking for in today's demo day?
Hey, thank you for intro. Yeah, so I lead investments for Mars DAO, and we are actively investing in seed and private stages of token companies. So we are happy to check any industry related to crypto and Web3, and also we help with marketing across our socials for free. So it's our value add, and thank you for inviting me.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you for being here. So let's see who else we have today. Maybe we could get Tote from Magic Square. Hello? Tote, are you there?
Yes, sorry, I was muted. All right. So as I said that at Magic Square, we were helping since the very beginning a lot of projects in marketing. But now we have decided to acquire Launchpad technology. So we start ramping up, integrating the tech, and we're gonna start helping them with fundraising as well. So we're looking for great teams and great products to help them, to reach from zero to hero.
Awesome. Wonderful. And also, we have on the call today Miki Mack from Outlier. We would love to hear from you and what you're looking for in today's demo day.
Thanks. Hello everyone. I'm Miki from Outlier Venture. I'm the program manager for the Ascent program. In Outlier Venture, we have 2 programs. One is called Basecamp, which is an accelerator. In the upcoming Q2, we have a free accelerator coming. One is AI, one is RWA, another one is DPIN. And for the Ascent, we are also seeing the market is coming back, so we're also supporting project on the token launch. So looking forward to see different project pitching today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And let's have one more. Let's have Leo Liu from Struck Crypto. I'd love to hear more about what you're looking for in today's demo day.
All right, thanks, Ian. It's great to be here. So my name is Leo, and I'm the head of platform and also investor at Struck Crypto. Struck Crypto is a crypto VC firm that's founded in 2017, and yeah, pretty generalist. So overall, just interested in looking at what everyone's working on. And the way that we support portfolio companies is really through our platform offering. So the fund only invests in a handful of deals per year, and so we're able to really just go pretty hands-on across all different areas. So let's say BD, product and tech by bringing in our operating partners, access to our like really wide expert network, so we started a network, Just some examples of how we help out our portfolio companies.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the background. Also, we have Simona from Founder Heads. Welcome back. It's nice to have you. Simona, are you there? Okay, maybe not. Maybe she had to step away. It's fine. All right. So with that out of the way, let me go ahead and move on here. So I would like to first talk about our deal flow channel. So we actually have a deal flow channel called Probably Nothing, and you can actually check it out. We will link it in the chat so that you guys can join. And that's basically where we just showcase some of the best projects that we are working with. So all of the projects that are at the demo day can be found on the Deal Flow channel as well. So please be sure to join so that you can find even more Web3 unicorns. So just wanted to give that brief shout out. And we will have the link in the chat for you guys to join on Telegram. There it is. So anyway, now I would like to move on to talking a little bit about our partners. So we'd also like to thank our partners for media support. Here we have Blockbeats. Thank you for making it possible for the Chinese-speaking audience to know more about humans and join the event. So would you like to take the mic and maybe share a few words about Blockbeats?
Yeah, thanks for the invite. I'm Jesse from Blockbits. So Blockbits is the leading media solution company in the Chinese language regions. So we've got like 8 million subscribers. Over 400K active crypto users access our website and mobile application on a daily basis to stay informed of the industry updates. So we have helped a lot of projects enter the Chinese crypto market, and we have established a partnership with major players like Binance, OKX, Sonana Foundation, as well as projects like 1inch, DYDX, MetaMask, etc. So if anyone of you is interested in learning more about Blockbits or exploring opportunities in the Chinese market with a massive user base, so feel free to reach out to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that background about Blockbeats. So thank you to our media partner Blockbeats. Now, really quick, before we start, we're almost there. So a quick favor is I would like to ask you guys, if you can, turn on your camera. I know some of you guys are shy. It's okay. You don't have to, but it would be a lot more fun if you did. So if you don't mind, it would be awesome. But if you do mind, we understand. It's okay. So anyway, before we begin, I want to talk a bit about the format. So founders will have a maximum of 5 minutes to pitch their project. I will have the timer on my screen so that you guys can keep track of the time and make sure that you're not going over that 5 minutes. And we have to be kind of strict on this, guys. So if I start to cut you off, it's nothing personal. It's just that we have to limit everyone to 5 minutes for fairness. So here are some quick tips for our judges as well. During the pitch, if you have any sort of questions or any sort of comments that you would like to make after the founder is done presenting, then you can do the little raised hand emoji. So if you go to reactions with the little happy face, then you can see raise hand is one of the options. You just do it like this. When you do this, your video comes to the front and I can see that you have a question. So if you have a question during the pitch, then please feel free to lift that up. Even if you have some feedback, then that's fine. So yes, even if you have a tricky question, we take those too. We love tricky questions here. So also, we've partnered with Paris Blockchain Week, and we need to choose which startup will get a free ticket to their conference. Woo! So we kindly ask you to stay with us till the end to participate in the poll. The more votes the startup gets, the more likely they'll receive the ticket. We'll also provide the Calendly links for all of the projects that are pitching in the chat. That way, you guys can book a call with them directly. If you're watching us online via the live stream, just click the startup's name and you'll see its deck. It should be over here, or maybe I'm mirrored. It'll be over here. It's on the side. So if you're watching the live stream, you can see their big name and you can click it and it'll be really convenient for you. So you can also get an intro to your favorite startup that way. So now let's get on to the pitching session. Yes, Codified will reward supporters with their unique NFTs. So do post about the event, support them, support humans, and get your reward. So, hi there, Andreas. I have just a couple questions here. So, first and foremost, where are you joining us from?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me well? Can you see me well? Can you see my screen?
Yes, both. All
good.
three.
Oh, good. That's great. Yeah, so I'm calling from Lithuania, from Vilnius, the capital. So yeah, happy to see some familiar faces in this event. Yeah.
Awesome. We are happy to have you here. So, let's go ahead and get into this. So, if you could start your pitch now, that would be great.
All right. Thank you for the introduction, Yen. Hello, everyone. I am Andres, one of the founders of Codified. I have started building this project with another co-founder 3 years ago. I have a software engineering background. I have started building games in my teenage years. At that time, I was building web games. Another co-founder with whom I started this project, I met online playing competitive Fortnite. So we actually shared a passion for games and for software engineering. So initially, the Codified idea was to be fully technical game where players can just simply compete with their AI bots. Well, we actually wanted to do that by ourselves and just have that competition. But eventually, we got a lot of feedback that human players also want to join this game. So we started building a user interface and drawing this beautiful art for Codified. So what you see on my screen is already fully functional game that is ready to scale. So you can play the game on the browser. So that means you can play on the desktop, you can play it on the mobile, and most importantly, you can code a bot that plays simultaneously for you. So right now, I just have launched Codified widget, and you can see I'm playing my game without actually controlling my character, and streaming service already integrated in the game. So yeah, it's like a Twitch comes inside the Codified. So here you can see my character is controlled by bot, playing, casting skills, etc. Codified economy consists of a few main assets. So codified token, C tickets that are used to enter competitive gaming, and C keys that allow to scale a bot farm. So multiple bots can play simultaneously, autonomously at the same time. So Codified is the place where we accept all the cheaters from all games so they can code and they can have legal multi-accounting in here. And we have metagame built just for them as well. And of course, we have these beautiful codifiers. So these all codifiers belong to each archetype, and each archetype have unique native skill and have unique learnable skill tree, which can be unlocked via making different missions. The interesting thing is that game is completely free to play, and only the best players who actually perform well in the season can mint their codifier. So these already integrated in the game, and we already had our first NFT mint event. Yeah, so that's about the game assets and how the economy functions. Now let's look at the competition. So competitive gaming is the main money-making machine in Codified. So as previously mentioned, you buy C tickets for Codified tokens, and then players go to play matches against each other. So they put C ticket on the stake, and the winner of the match takes majority of the prize pool as winnings. And another percentage goes to the platform, goes to incentives, and goes to free-to-play players. The percentage depends on your rank. The higher rank you are, the higher percentage of the prize pool you get as the player. On top of that, we are building factions. So that's a fancy word to name guilds. So we will have team competition weekly events where all fees are paid from the faction treasury. So that means that all players, based on their performance, will get rewards at the end of the weekly event. And another interesting thing is that investors who have tokens and don't really want to play the game, but they believe in some cool players and some cool factions, so they can actually fund their favorite teams. So it's like a betting on your football team, but not on a single match, but on the whole week's performance. And the final event of that weekly league will be a distribution of the rewards for the best players, and investors buy their ticket size for that particular faction. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I'm running out of time. I think we can move to questions.
All right. Thank you so much for presenting. So the game looks really cool. Now, let me ask, do we have any sort of questions, comments, or feedback? If you do, then you can just raise your hand or so hold your peace. All right. Nikita has a question.
Yeah, go on.
Yep. Hey. Thanks for presentation. I would like to say that I'm known with the codified from 2 years probably already or something like that, because you're kind of listed on the DAO maker that time, but didn't launch, if I get it right. So could you tell a bit more about like your raising strategy right now and the listing plans? What do you have in mind about it?
Good. So we have conducted our private round 2 years ago, and we wanted to launch token while on DAO Maker, but the bear market hit, so we put full focus on development, and right now we have this fully functional game which is ready to scale. Right now we are in the strategic round, so we are raising $500,000. And we are launching token in just a few weeks. We have 4 launchpads confirmed. So the leading launchpad is ChainGPT. The second one is DAO Maker. A third one is Decubate and LaunchBlock. So yeah, we are raising strategic round, and simultaneously we are raising KL round. For the strategic round, half of it has been already filled, and another half is almost booked with soft commitments. So I think this week we aim to finalize it. So I think this is this week is the last chance to participate in it.
Got it. Thanks. Sounds great.
Cool. Any more
Awesome.
questions?
Do we have any more questions for Cody Fight? Any feedback? Sebastian from Aqua now. Seb, the mic is yours.
Sorry if I missed this. Apologize if you covered it already, but like, do the bots learn from me playing? Like, do I train my own bot, or is it like, how does it learn how to play so that I can try to like monetize it like uniquely?
Yeah, so it's completely up to you. It's your decision how you train your bot. We provide API, so it's a platform. We don't take care of training your bots, and you can actually code whatever you like with absolutely any programming language that can connect to the internet. So it can be even a simple bot. Maybe it's not even AI, that maybe just very simplistic bot that you just experimenting with. But on the other hand, you can take any machine learning algorithm, and you can just gather data from your games. You can take data from other games because all the game data is public. You can spectate any game that's happening at real time. And if we look at the roadmap at the end of this year, we actually plan to provide WebSocket where you can just connect to it and gather as much data as you need, and all that data will be verified. So you can gather it and even give it to another player who knows that, okay, this is the real data from Codified and not just a fake simulation for so yeah.
Actually something that could be cool, like given what we've that speculation kind of like leads activity in this space is if you were to take like historical like trading data or something like that and like make a trading, I know you're trying to like make it more of a gamified thing, but you can still use the same kind of logic and have people try to like build like little mini trading bots as well or whatever else. And it seems like there would be a good amount of interest for that, something like that in the space, given that people's focus on like trading meme coins and all that kind of stuff or whatever else, right? So and then there wouldn't be too hard to get some like data sets for that kind of thing. So it might be an interesting kind of V2 or whatever else, or some sort of like layer project. Or what do you think about that?
Well, I think training data from Codified can definitely be interesting because we actually challenging the classical game chess because, in chess, you already know all the possible movements and you know what's the best position to go. But in Codified, we actually have this dynamic and complex meta game where you have deck building involved before entering the game. So even if you learn all the skills available in your archetype, even if you have the best character, you have to select the skills that make sense in the current meta game. So you can just make the best guess, the best approximation, and then you actually go and play. So it's like simulating a real world because you don't know what exactly going to happen in the game. So that's really challenging for AI, and that data being verified can definitely be very interesting for training AI.
Yeah, in a market context too, right? Like token prices and that. Well, fascinating. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, Codified actually involves two skills. So it's not only metagame understanding, but also your ability to invest and scale, because you can scale a bot farm. So each additional bot actually costs you a subscription of Codified tokens. So you have to purchase CK. So whenever you win, you have to make that decision. Do I scale or do I stay?
Pretty cool.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the next project. But first, if you would like to book a call with Codified, the link is in the chat. You can book a call with them directly. Don't hesitate. If you think the project is cool, go ahead and do it. So now we are going to move on to our next project, and it is Game Plan, the immersive sports decentralized platform. So guys, pay attention because Game Plan will do a token reward for supporters. So do post about the event, support them, support humans, and get your rewards. So do we have Magomed in the building? Magomed, are you here? Going once. Going twice.
I'm here.
You're here! Thank God! You spoke up at just the right time. So,
thank you. Yeah.
How are you feeling today? Because as I know, you decided to choose the fair launch path. So can you share why you chose this type of token launch?
So we researched a lot of projects from last cycle and this cycle, and we think that this cycle, the strategy for launching, for successful launch will be a little bit different, because more and more like retail users coming into the space, they want to be part of like an early project. And for us, deciding to go for lower FTV and kind of like more fair, like market cap and price, just want to attract as much normal users, fans as possible. With that, we don't have crazy lockups. We are not over VC, so we're really excited about it. And yeah.
All right, awesome. With that said, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen right now. Can you guys see my screen? Yes. So I'm Magomed Korvaitaev, founder and CEO of Game Plan, decentralized sports platform. We decided to go with this project because we love sports and we love Web3. We decided to combine these two. I am coming from background of sports marketing and Web3. I've been working with top athletes from especially MMA world for more than 8 years right now, and working closely with Khabib Nurmagomedov and guys fighting for different organizations throughout the world. And one of the problems that we see today right now in sports is that today the new generation of fans, they consume the sports, they consume the events very differently. Today the broadcast numbers going down, and new fans from new generation, they don't want to just watch the events, they want to be part of it. They want to have the right to say something, they want to affect certain decisions. While today in most of the sports organizations, there are like 2-3 people deciding everything. And we thought that through Web3, through blockchain, we can make it more fair. We can give fans more say and more impact in the sports. And as I said, we researched, and a lot of people that want to go for more like personalized relationship, personalized environment with their favorite athletes. And while having this more personalized relation with athletes make actually people want to watch the sports, want to be part of it. And today we want to introduce like a sports platform where you will have like token gated, for example, chats that you can directly contact and directly interact with your favorite athletes through gaming, through culture, through entertainment. And also we want to push people to create user-generated content, brand-generated content, and athlete-generated content. So we want to motivate everyone to create as much content as possible. And today we already started testing that idea in our social media. For example, like many Web3 projects, they like to give like the token, the NFTs. We decided to go for like a real world assets and real world rewards. We call them like money can buy experiences. For example, we give away like VIP experiences, VIP tickets for UFC, and fans and users, they love it. It's something that will not go down in value. It's something people appreciate. Or for example, signed t-shirts, signed gloves, signed posters by like biggest athletes in the world. And so we want to go for that experience. We've been building our gaming app for more than 1.5 years right now. Right now it's like in closed beta mode. We already had like 100 testers from our closed community. They love it. They love the graphics. I'm gonna also share the video from the game. So while, for example, having offline event where the athlete, for example, has to travel all around the world, you can actually go live through your mobile phone. And in the next updates, we'll be having a voice chat where you can actually ask questions or create like a personalized event inside the app, and athletes can directly communicate with their fans and have this more like personalized and immersive experiences. We have few games like racing, buggy racing in the desert, fighting, of course, having a lot of MMA athletes. This is generally just numbers from the market. The market is growing. As I said, the numbers of live broadcasts are going down, and people want to have more personalized experiences with their favorite athletes. And this is our key features that we want to focus on. It's a token-based voting. It's eventually want to create like a Web3 sports hub and decentralized sports league where fans and token holders can actually have a direct impact on the organization, and for example, vote for certain matchups, vote for certain decisions inside the sports league. One of the best ways of moving fans from Web2 to Web3, we decided it will be gaming. So that's why we went for a gaming app first. Right now, we're building our own chain. We already have it in a testnet. We're going to have an ID infrastructure, like ID layer, social graph, and Explorer and Breach. So we will be able to onboard other sports projects, other gaming projects that are related to sports in our platform, and having a strategic partner as our ambassador and partner as Habib Nurmagomedov gives us a lot of opportunities and give us a lot of unique, exclusive opportunities to have so many followers, so many fans around the world. And yeah, we already started working with Habib more than 1 year now. It's been very successful. We've been creating a lot of content around game plan. So this is our team. That's me. That's Roman Novikov, who is the head of our gaming. Habib himself, he's a partner and ambassador. To our surprise, he has a lot of insights when it comes to fan interaction, and he gives us a lot of ideas on how do we want to scale the fan interaction. And Tokyo Gilko, who is responsible for for growth and strategy. So right now, this is our roadmap. Right now, we just finished our closed beta testing, announced our NFT collection, and we will be we are planning to do a token launch in this quarter, next month, hopefully. And down the line, we have 70 plus athletes that are ready to sign into game plan. Then we want to have our own chain, a game plan chain that I just talked about. We just closed our seed round with Polygon Ventures leading it, and Double Peak and ImChain. And down the line, we want to launch our League DAO, as I said, like a decentralized sports league, and continued growth and improvement of our platform and game.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So before we go, can we hear your ask? Is this part of the deck? Could we maybe in 20 seconds get your ask?
Yeah, so actually, we have a very small amount that we want to close because, as I said before, we want to go for a fair launch approach. So we have a very small part that we will fill. And yeah, as I said, we just closed the seed round with Polygon Ventures leading it. We'll be happy to partner up to work with and just to chat with you and maybe see how can we work together.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the pitch. So do we have any questions for Magomed? Any insights? Comments? Okay, then. If you want to book a call with Magomed, please do so using the link in the chat. So feel free to book a call. Don't hesitate. That's what we're all here for. It'll be awesome. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. So next, we have SolEmp, a social innovative platform aimed at reforming the low-paid task market by integration with blockchain and crypto technology. SolEmp will do a token reward for supporters. So go on and support this event and SolEmp on socials. And once again, our tag is @humanfromweb3_. You have to have the underscore. So let's go ahead here. Awesome. It looks like we have the founder sharing his screen. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello. Are you there?
Yes.
Yes, I do. All right. Thank you for joining us today. So you may go ahead and present.
Yes. Good to see everyone. I'm Dmitry, 0xMod, co-founder of SolEmp, and Denis, 0xDVB, co-founder, is also present in the chat room. Let's get started. Cryptocurrency market is very vast. Beginners face the fear of finding a cryptocurrency balance, thinking that they will lose their entire deposit. Advanced users and professionals often cannot find a use for their skills and talents. Our presentation will be about this problem and their solution by our project. Salemp is innovative platform aimed at reforming the low-paid task market by integration with blockchain and cryptocurrency technology. Salemp's goal is to build a platform that allows everyone to access job opportunities that are both accessible and fairly compensated with cryptocurrency. We are committed to offering alternative to traditional job market by enabling flexible work schedules, decentralized governance, and direct financial rewards for our participants. A platform will work like this. Customer connects his wallet to our platform, filling the data about his task for performers. For example, it will be subscription to Twitter and Telegram. Fills in the data about task, the number of completions, and payment. Platform calculates amount and provides address of smart contract to which amount will be transferred. Then smart contract receives required amount and the task is verified by moderators according to rules of the platform. It becomes active. Performer connects his Twitter and Telegram accounts to the platform in advanced. Once connected, he is shown the available tasks depending on the connected accounts. He accepts task into work, performs it according to task. Platform automatically checks the fulfillment and if everything is correct, his balance available for claim is updated in his personal dashboard. We are going to show a little intro right now. Please. Thank you. This is initial stage. Platform will be future developed, adding the functions of freelance exchange. Also, Salemp will be developed of grantor platform, which will provide guarantees of timely payment to the performer through smart contract. For disputable cases, then customer and performer has complained, arbitration will be provided. Moderators trusted by the team will seek fair solution to the issue for everyone. There are many platforms like Galaxy, Zilli, L3, Guild. This platform don't give guaranteed rewards. This is our main difference from them. Also, there is Fever project, which is freelance exchange, which not provide for a huge flow of beginners and people who want to increase their deposit with simple tasks. We try to cover whole cryptocurrency space to be useful for beginners, advanced users, and professionals. We are already working with ST software to build the platform. Closed beta test will be available as early mid-April. That's all. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
All right. Thank you very much to SolEmp. Do we have any questions for the founder? Any comments? Any feedback? Anything? Okay, then. Oh, Seb. We have Seb from Aqua now, please.
I'll also questions out there. Why not? That's always fun to ask founders what they're thinking on stuff. So like this is a pretty complicated, like a bold endeavor And I know like tokenomics can help, or like tokens can help kind of, avoid some of this, cold start program problem associated with this, like, double-sided networks and that kind of thing. But like what makes you think that you have what it takes to win here?
Sorry, can you repeat, please? I will warn you that I don't have a very good level of English, but I
Yeah.
will try to my best.
Sure, no problem. I speak quickly too, so apologize. I guess like this is a very ambitious problem, and which is, potentially solved through tokens. But I guess what gives you the confidence that you have like a competitive advantage here, or an edge that you can bring and win this market?
Okay. Our utility token will be built from a ranking system. Increasing rank will give the user access to high-paying, unique premium segments, increased commissions, discounts, priority in support, special offers from partner projects. It will be segments and airdrop. Participation in closed data DAO voting, early access, new service and features, ability to influence the strategic development of the platform, and launchpad tiers upcoming after 2 months from TGE. Acceleration of early stage project upcoming after 3-4 months from TGE, and access to some ventures upcoming 4-5 months from TGE.
I see. And like, the roadmap is one that we've kind of seen in the space before. So, like you're doing the right things based on where we've seen some successes in the past. But like, specifically, does your team have any expertise in this? Where would someone get the confidence that, Solemp is the right platform to pull this off?
Sorry,
No worries, it's all good. Thank you.
I think he's trying to ask what makes you unique. What makes you the ones to do this?
Oh,
why you over everyone else?
Okay, unique. What would people choose us? There will be grants, rewards, performance to help increase to or create their initial deposits. A huge portion of people who are new to the market and afraid to enter the market with fiat money. We will help them learn the basics, help them earn their first capital that they can spend anywhere they want, even on their own future self-study or small investments. For customer, fast fulfillment of task requirements, initial interested audience. A lot of projects created by Galaxy campaigns. Many don't have initial and interested audience to do their quests. You can go to Galaxy and see that the real statistics of such projects is about 90% to 5,000 quests completed. Also, a lot of projects lure people with airdrop. This comes out very costly in terms of providing liquidity. Easier to pay 10,000 USDT or USDC and get an initial interest audience, so that later Galaxy Quest collect not 5,000 completions, but 10, 20, 50.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I'm sorry to cut you off, but we have run out of time. So if you would like to book a call with Solemp, please do so using the link in the chat. Don't hesitate. Let's make it happen. So now let's move on to the next project. We have the Winner Circle, a fan reward program that revolutionizes the way horse racing fans engage with the sport. It's an awesome project. So, by the way, guys, the Winner Circle will do a token reward for supporters. You know what to do. Go on social media, tag @human_from-web3_. Show your support. So, now we have Tom. How are you doing today?
Very good, Ian. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being so courteous and asking the host. That's great. So, can you share what type of token launch you're going to have at the Winner Circle?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a IDO coming up in early May with the TGE scheduled for May the 15th. So we're also doing a private raise, which opened on Monday this week. Actually, we've already filled up 2/3 of it. It's going super well. So there is still about $500,000 worth remaining for people to get involved. So if anybody's interested after this pitch, then yeah, it'd be great to hear from you. We're going to be launching from 2 or 3 sort of popular launch pads to be confirmed, and then the token will also be available on some centralized exchanges and also DEXS on the Zilliqa blockchain, which is the blockchain we're building on.
All right, very cool. So the floor is yours. You may begin.
Great, thank you. Okay, see that okay?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Tom Fleetham. I've got a background working in sports. I used to lead sports and entertainment for IBM in the UK, and I now head up partnerships and business development for Zilliqa. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the Winners Circle, which is a joint venture between Zilliqa, which is a layer 1 blockchain, and Racing League, which is a horse racing organization in the UK. So as all of you will know, horse racing's been around for hundreds of years. But if you're a horse racing fan, what's the first thing that springs to mind as a way that you would engage with the sport? Generally, the only thing you can really do is place a bet, right? If you think about other sports, like say football, for example, you've got loyalty, you've got fantasy, you've got gaming. There's all sorts of other ways that you can get involved. And actually, horse racing has done a really poor job traditionally in terms of embracing new technology to enhance that fan experience. And this is what the Winner's Circle is all about. We think that the horse racing industry is really ripe for change. Now, a big part of that change is what Racing League, our partner, are doing. So they've introduced the UK's first team-based competition in horse racing. This features some of the world's most recognized jockeys, including Frankie Dettori. They've also got various celebrities who are team managers. And the reason that a team-based format's important is for various reasons. So teams mean you've got rivalry, you've got loyalty, you've got a format that is more recognizable to a football fan. And so there's lots of things that you can do with that. Where the Winner's Circle comes in is basically we're looking to build on top of the Racing League. And so what the Winner's Circle is firstly, it's a rewards program that combines the physical experience that the Racing League delivers to fans with Web3 concepts. And there's also a game that's going to reward fans for their expertise with tokens. And so instead of loyalty points, the Winner's Circle is going to be using the horse or horsey token. So what can you do with your horsey tokens? So in terms of the game, the way this is going to work is that holders of horse stake their horse in order to enter a team into the game. And you can kind of think of the game as basically like a fantasy football game where players then pick their team of horses and jockeys that they think are going to win upcoming races. Then the winners basically receive rewards in horse from that staked pool. There's also going to be a free version of this game. And then the winners are also going to have an opportunity to win a horse airdrop. And this free version is already built, and that's going to be launching soon. But then where the loyalty comes in is where the utility of the horse token really gets going. So as well as being able to earn the horse token from winning the game and it giving you access to the game, you can also use it to purchase syndicate shares in real racehorses at a discount. So you're going to be able to actually own a piece of a racehorse. You're also going to get discounted merchandise, tickets, sort of real life experiences like being able to visit the paddock, have a day riding a horse, that kind of thing. Now, distribution. So the great thing about partnering with Racing League is they have a really strong network. They've got they reach over 1 million fans every year through their media partners, Sky Sports and ITV. They've also got a really strong network of influencers, people like Frankie Dettori, and some other celebrities who are all going to be playing our game, producing content for us. And they've also already got like a really large network of racing fans signed up to newsletters and that kind of thing that we can target. In terms of what we do differently and why we think this is a good idea. So you're probably familiar with various sports projects in Web3, things like Socios, for example. But although they're fun and fans like them, there's generally not a lot of utility for the actual tokens. But what we've done here is really pack the horsey token full of utility. You've got the game, you've got owning a racehorse, you've got other experiences. The second part, whilst there's lots of Web3 horse racing projects out there, very few of them have real life IP. So we're going to have the real IP of the jockeys, the celebrities that are the team managers and the horses, and we can utilize that in our game for NFT projects, etc. And then thirdly, it's around tokenomics. So we're not creating a play to earn Ponzi scheme here. We're following a concept which at Zilliqa we call skill to earn. So we've set ourselves up so we've got a sustainable model where it's only not everybody wins from the game. It's only the players that actually have knowledge of horse racing, develop some skill in the game, and then can actually make a profit.
All right. I'm sorry
and then to wrap up,
cut you off here. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Wrap up.
No worries. I've
Perfect.
already talked about this. This is just some more details around the tokenomics, but we've already mentioned it. So that's what I was going to finish with. So yeah, if you're interested in the winner's circle, then please let me know.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your pitch. It's really cool. All right. Do we have any questions, any comments, any feedback for Tom from the winner circle? Stephanie Zhu, please.
Hi, I had a quick question about the TAM and the play that there is around that. So, I heard the kind of number around 1 million users. I don't know too much about the horse racing industry and like, is this on the rise globally? Like, is this a big, like, what countries is this a big thing in? Are the people who are typically into horse racing also early adopters of things like Web3 technologies? Are they into mobile games? Can you tell me a little bit more about the demographics of the audience and maybe some trends of where that's going?
Yeah, it's a great question, Stephanie. And there's a few things I'll point out. So the first is horse racing is growing quite rapidly. It's actually projected to double by the year 2030. But nearly all of that growth is driven by online betting. Okay, so what you've got is and it's also being driven in certain geographies. So places like the Middle East, for example. But what we've seen from the research that we've done is that what you've got is an audience that is very comfortable with speculation. First of all, something that we can all kind of resonate with in Web3. They're also very used to signing up to multiple betting accounts in return for the offer of a free bet. So it's actually a mechanism that's very similar to signing up for something in return for a potential airdrop. And so we're trying to design all of our go-to-market to kind of feel familiar and appeal to this horse racing audience, whilst also not forgetting the roots of our kind of Web3 audience as well. So it's for sure an interesting challenge, and in some ways we are trying to attract two different audiences, but they do have certain things in common for sure.
How much of the is it like a 2.5 play? Like how much of the languaging is going to be like this is a token as opposed to like these are points?
Yeah, so generally it's going to be points, right? We're very much designed this whole thing in mind with a Web 2 user in mind. So we've built the app using a product called Magic Link, so that actually it's a custodial wallet. So there's not going to be any downloading of wallets. You're not going to need to know anything about crypto to get stuck into this game, get earning the horse tokens or points, and then be able to convert them. It's only really when you come to then want to trade it or trade it into something like another currency, that's when you'll sort of need to understand a little bit more about crypto. So very much building with the Web 2 user in mind.
Great, thank you.
Awesome. All right, next we have Hugo Betancourt from CV Labs.
Hey, hello. Nice presentation, by the way. Where you guys registered at?
Yeah, so it's actually a joint venture between Racing League and Zilliqa. And so Zilliqa is HQ is in Singapore, and then Racing League are based in the UK. Although I personally also live in the UK, as does the Zilliqa CEO and various other members of our team.
But the winner circle.
Oh, the winner's circle itself is part of is officially part of Zilliqa's loyalty arm, which is actually the entity is actually through Hong Kong.
Okay, and so you are exclusively working with Zilliqa. You will not expand to other layers or other protocols.
So no, the way for now, yes, but the way that we've set it up is that we want each of these ventures that we're working on to be a success. So if it makes sense to go multi-chain for any one of our ventures, then that's something that we're open to.
Okay, I booked a meeting with you so we don't lose more time here.
Awesome, thank you.
But then we will talk a little bit more. Thank you.
Cool, thanks, Hugo.
Awesome. I love to see it. Booking meetings. I love it. All right. And the last question we have is from Craig at Lat48 Ventures.
Hi, thanks for the great presentation. I had two quick questions. One was, why did you decide to go with loyalty points versus something like NFTs for fractional ownership? And secondly, do you feel that this is already a bit of a saturated market? I know there's, one project called Game of Silks that's already in season 2 of their racing league. So I'm just wondering, do you feel like you're a little bit late to this market?
Yeah, good questions. So when it comes to the horse ownership part, Racing League already had a lot of existing relationships with companies that do this in the Web3 world, right? They already sell syndicate shares to people in the horse racing world, and we sort of explored making that fully tokenized and decided that that's a great ambition for further down the line. But for now, actually keeping it simple and just working with those partners is probably an easier approach. In terms of your second question about being late to the party, I think what's good about that is we can learn from the other projects, and what none of those other projects have had is real IP. And I think that's where a lot of it falls down, because we can attract real sports fans because they like the idea of owning a real famous jockey as an NFT or a real famous horse or whatever it is. I think that gives us a bit of an advantage. the other thing is Racing League has this team-based format that I mentioned that is completely unique, really, and it allows us to run quite a different game to anybody else. So I think we will be differentiated in those two ways.
Thanks for your response. And I think that partnership with Racing League will be very valuable. What I've found is that trying to find the right KOLs or influencers for this kind of thing is very difficult. So kudos.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your questions. So if you would like to book a call with Tom from the Winner's Circle, please do so by clicking the link in the chat so you can book a call with him directly, just as Hugo already has. So, yep. Thank you very much for your pitch, and let's go on to the next. So our next pitcher is Athlers, a comprehensive fitness app that revolutionizes and redefines your experience by rewarding your training progress. So this is important. Before the Athlers TGE, users can already test their app by completing daily challenges to earn points. So these points can then be used to purchase lottery tickets and earn physical items or vouchers from favorite brands. You can also choose to swap points for airdrop tokens during the TGE and gain access to the Athlers public sale allocation. So do support our event and Athlers on socials to get your reward. So hello, Matthew and Edward. Do you already have any commitments from exchanges or maybe KOLs to support your token launch? Maybe really quickly, we could talk about that before we begin.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working for the past 2 years and bootstrapping all the way. So all the partners that you can see that we currently have. So part of the Consensus Scale Startup Program, the partnership we have with Chili's, and my university that were incubated by Loughborough University, one of the best sports university in the world. So naturally, we've been able to just draw partnerships without even utilizing any funds at all. So we've now gotten to the stage where funds are required, and I think we've been able to just the concept alone, and obviously we've been building for the past 2 years our MVP. We've already got some testers on. We've got communities that we fostered around the place. So naturally, there's been a buzz before we even got to the token, before we even at the token launch.
All right, awesome. Thank you for that background. And with that said, please begin.
Thank you. So I'm Matt, a Loughborough University grad with 5 years in sports and exercise science and a professional sporting background. And my path brought me to Atheus, aiming to transform digital fitness. And despite 45% of adults aiming for fitness in 2024, a staggering 80% quit exercise programs, mainly due to low motivation and lack of social support. And this underlines the demand for a compelling, lasting fitness solution, and our innovative, easy-to-use method assures users that their efforts are truly valuable. So Atheus offers a unique approach, combining gamification with influencer-led communities to boost engagement. And our platform integrates challenges and rewards, creating a supportive atmosphere that enhances motivation and encourages commitment. So this strategy results into an 80% increase in commitment to gamified fitness and building a strong community through shared goals and shared interaction as well. So Atheus is an all-in-one app that combines the best of Web 2 and Web 3 to build a sustainable fitness app. So we've designed a comprehensive fitness experience using friendly UX, hiding crypto complexities, so we're able to onboard millions of users both in Web 2 and Web 3. And fans can have personalized content from their favorite athletes, engaging directly and becoming part of a motivating community. In turn, athletes and influencers benefit from a new avenue for content monetization and audience growth, while brands and sports clubs gain the direct access to the target demographic that they're looking for. And the fitness market is booming, driving demand for innovations like Atheus, with projections reaching 435 billion by 2028, while digital fitness surges to 68.5 billion around the same time. And Atheus, we aim to actually grab a significant market slice, targeting 25 million users and a 300 million revenue in 5 to 6 years terms. So we get to capitalize on the digital fitness boom. And so through freemium and premium offerings, users can earn gym tokens for app engagements and fitness data sharing with access to brand discounts and referral rewards. And our premium model, rewards as a service, offers additional benefits, including influencer challenges, enhanced brand partnerships, and exclusive access to events and communities. So this model ensures a sustainable ecosystem for Atheus, fostering community engagement and token sustainability. And with the community that I built during COVID-19 lockdown, we have access to over 3,000 fitness enthusiasts, ranging from athlete influencers to personal trainers and partnerships with other brands. And we fostered ambassador partnerships with access to over 50 million social media followers we look to promote to. And by actually leveraging influencers as ambassadors, we can actually tap into their following, creating more of an organic and trusted marketing channel. So our core team consists of me. I'm CEO with over 8 years of experience in financial markets and crypto, a professional sporting background, and an advisory panel for Boston Consultancy Group.
And so I'm Edouard for Cooper, CEO of Alverse. I'm a former Swiss private banker with 15 years experiences in finance and more than 6 years experience as crypto advisor for various projects. We have an amazing CTO, Nathan Hinson. Nathan is a former architect and CTO of Under Armour fitness app. We have Web2 CMO, which is Charlotte Ite, a famous Belgian entrepreneur. And we just onboarded the Web3 CMO, which is Marie Tati Bouet, the former CMO of Gate for the last 5 years and with 10 years experience in crypto marketing industry. Miguel is an athletes relationship manager. He's working for Polaris Sport. Polaris Sport is the leading agent for Ronaldo, Pepe, Zaire Emery, and more than 300 famous athletes. We also have Alexander Gonasher and Victor Laford as board member. And Alex is head of VC and partnership at Consensus. Victor is a CCO of Architect Blockchain European one. And so during the roadmap back from late 2022, we have been bootstrapping everything using all the internal resources to build the partnerships that Matthew was speaking about, our team, our product. So right now we are about to release a public MVP with a massive airdrop hunting program backed by MetaMask, Linea, Consensus, and we are also speaking with CoinMarketCap team. So the private MVP is already ready. So if you want to try it and test it at home, you will be able to test it. Just write us and we will give you an access. And so right now, about the tokenomics, we are raising in seed one. Seed one valuation is 12 million USD, and the TGE fully diluted valuation would be 24 million, while the initial market cap will be only 860K. And so we are raising in seed one 1.2 million. We have already 600 committed, raised, and we already spoke with two LAUNCHPADS, famous one, to close the public one. So we will move very soon to the private one. And as exchange, we already secure gates, and we are speaking with some other. Feel free to ask some questions.
Awesome. Thank you for the pitch, guy. So we already have one question again from Hugo Betancourt, CV Labs. Please.
I have 2 questions. One is you're raising 1.2, but in what evaluation?
So we raised 600K in seed one at 12 million valuation.
20.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second question is, I didn't really understand, maybe you guys said and I didn't pay attention, but this looks a lot like a Web2 app. Why do you need Web3 for this?
I think what we've done in the past 2 years, I think we've been able to step back from projects that have been able to that have launched in Web3, namely Step In and all of these other kind of projects. And one thing that we've realized is the engagement rate when you actually offer incentives that they actually want, incentives, tangible incentives that they can actually become something of value. And taking that kind of aspect that we've seen in Web3, the incentivizing methods, and when you go from like I said, I went to university and went at Loughborough studying the psychology of actually engaging users. The reward mechanism helps to actually reinforce behaviors that we want to see. especially when it comes to fitness. And the reward mechanism in Web3 is actually what people like, because to them it's something that you can actually that can actually be tangible. So what we've done, our journey has actually been building firstly in Web2 to build a sustainable model. So, as Ed mentioned, we were actually able to raise an equity. So we were able to validate the model without the token with a Web2 investor before now moving to the Web3 section, where we believe that the marketing opportunities and obviously the reward incentives are a big plus in Web3.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. All right. Next, we have Seb from Aqua Now.
Thanks. Maybe kind of following up on that second question before asking you one on tokens, if I can. So, like, what, in your work, I know you've got like this TAM number here, but like anecdotally, I just I'm in some run clubs, for example. I'm in some crypto clubs, and there's no one in both those clubs other than myself that I know of. So when you're kind of coming out on this one, like, what makes you think that there's like a nice market to be had here in terms of like this intersection of finance as well as crypto? And I appreciate that some of the Web3 components could be abstracted away, but then to the prior question before, like, why have it part of the project?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to hear you're part of a run club. I actually own a run club as well. Part of the brand I have, Barely Human, with over 3,000 fitness enthusiasts. So I think in the run club, we've already been playing around with the point system, and we've been playing around it for probably the past 7 to 8 months now. And we've actually seen the kind of the reason why the token system has been so effective is the recurring and consistency that we've seen with the users that come to the run club. And the token aspects, like I mentioned before, the reason why the token is so important is because the ability to when we have other platforms, they do have their rewarding mechanisms as well. But when you actually have a token, which we've introduced to the run club itself, the idea that you can actually use that token and potentially have some sort of cash reward at the end of it it's actually brought more people to the run club, and we have a growing run club every single week. So we've seen the engagement rates go up for the past 6 to 7 months, and that aspect of in the platform, we have that community engagement and obviously the rewards incentive. That's what we believe drives the engagement and the community aspects of Atheist, and that's one thing that we're really trying to focus on, because the fan engagement space has been it's been lacking, should we say, in terms of like solving the fitness in the fitness space. And the fact that we've actually introduced influencer-led communities has been the big plus. We have a number of influencers on soft commitment already, with over 50 million that we can promote to. And when we actually do influencer challenges, so we have some influencers in our community, when they promote a challenge, an influencer-led challenge, we've seen like a surge of users come to the run club and actually participate. And that kind of aspect where influencers get to create a challenge to invite more of the community, we're basically taking that into the app to help them foster their own kind of a deeper connection with their audience, and also help them to monetize an audience that's more specific to what they're the fitness industry that they're targeting.
Awesome, thanks. I think I'll save my follow-up for in the interest of time, but appreciate it.
Thank you.
Feel free to book a call if you would like to ask, by the way, and that goes for everyone else as well. If you would like to talk more to Athlers, please book a call using the link in the chat. So thank you guys for being here. It was great. Now let's have our last pitch. So last but not least is Weave by Chasm, an AI workflow manager that lets startups take advantage of generative AI. So, hey there, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yep, I can see you and I can hear you well.
Good. So before we start, I just kind of want to ask you here, can you share what your token offers and why the people watching should hold it?
So what we actually been building here is an aggregation layer of all the different decentralized AI projects that we have been integrating. So eventually people will be able to build in this very fragmented world of decentralized AI very easily through our platform, through our network as well. And holding our token basically get you all the benefit of access across all these different decentralized AI projects. So that's what we offer, and that is why you should actually hold our token.
Awesome. Great answer. So please begin.
Yep. Let me just move all those like widgets on my screen a little bit so I can actually pitch more efficient. All right. So we're here at Chasm. What we actually do here is that we create a dev layer, I would say, also called aggregation layer, for people to able to be easily building on all these different decentralized AI projects right now. So why we actually started this company initially isn't really because of decentralized AI. We started off this company as a company that built toolings for people to be easily built on open source model on a very good environment that is comparable to what Azure actually offers, and also what OpenAI offers with like the ChatGPT playground and all these things. So when we actually first got to know about all these different decentralized AI projects like BitTensor, Jansin, and all these different projects in the market, we realized they have the same similar problem of like what open source AI have been saying for a long time. That is basically as builders coming into the scene, is actually very difficult for you to actually build on open source model. And it is the same for decentralized AI as well. Even though decentralized AI actually solve a lot of open source problems, for example, having a reward incentive to actually encourage people to contribute to the whole open source system. So how we intend to solve this is by unifying three things. The first thing is actually what we call the interface. So basically a very nice interface that allows people with no even like technical experiences to build on it. The second one's language, the two one's Oracle. So let's go through this. The first one, Weave, is basically the interface. So this is the product that is already out. We're currently in open alpha. You can go to weave.chasm.net to use it today. In our closed alpha, we have 250 users. A lot of them actually come from Product Hunt and Web2 scene as well. So they have been building on decentralized AI infrastructure without them knowing it's decentralized. So how this platform actually works is basically you have a very nice GUI, very nice interface for you to be able to build different prompt blocks, as you can see here. And look at the right side of it, you see all the different model. Other than GPT, Cortex model is exactly subnet 18 on BitTensor that we have been working with. The Llama and Mistral model partially is hosted on Heuris, one of the decentralized hosting service for LLMs. And we have been working with all of them, and we'll be working with more partners as well to integrate into this platform. So after you build all these different prompt blocks, you can place everything together. And this is where you customize to build different AI workflow or agents when we allow datasets and everything to come in. So we'll be also working with dataset partners that's building on Arweave and also different projects to integrate them into this platform. And after you build everything, basically you can export the API very easily and pack it into your backend and front end that you want to build. Even chatbot itself, you could actually build through this platform. So what this platform actually allows is that through this very intuitive front end, basically we allow people with non-technical experience to build, but also at the same time, it is modular enough to allow people with technical experience who wanted to really build amazing stuff, but don't really want to hassle setting up their own environment to use this platform as well. So the whole design philosophy is similar to how Webflow actually designed the product, easy to onboard, but have a very deep knowledge for you to master it, so you can build a lot more stuff with our platform. And internal testing ourselves, we used to build a proof of concept with generative AI that's launched on Linear blockchain called Tetrarot, and that is one of the biggest AI games on Linear, I think even to today. So we used to build that with like 3 weeks of time last year before to just like coincide with the event itself. But today, if we actually build it with Weave, we're able to just cut the timing down to 1 day and build it and prototype it and also fix the bug at the same time. So that's Weave. And the second part is basically the language. What actually we do here in the language part is that we unify how people prompt things. So a lot of people don't know, prompting a lot of this different open source model, you require a different way of prompting it to make it very efficient. And what we create here is a compiling system that compiles any way you prompt it into different category and the way to actually talk to the machine very efficiently. So that is basically how it looks like. I would definitely go through this part more deeply if you actually want to schedule a call, because this actually goes in very deeply into what it actually is. But what it actually allows is the next thing I want to say, which is the Oracle. So the Oracle itself is that eventually what we have been building here is integrating a lot of different decentralized AI projects. And there'll be a lot of models that we believe will be coming up, fine-tuned models specifically. So state-of-the-art model has been the thing that we're focusing on. And for example, if you're a builder coming into a theme, how do you know which model you wanted to build on? when there's like 500K model right now on Hugging Face. And in the future, we expect there'll be more models. So what this actually does is that it automatically routes you to the best model for your prompt. So it actually works hand in hand with Chasm-Lang previously, where it actually breaks down to category and your prompt instructions. It passes it to the Oracle. The Oracle will filter out the models that has been tagged with the specific category. It filters out all this model, basically rank them against each other, basically on like uptime, latency, efficiency costs as well, and route you through the best model possible. So it actually saves you time as you build on so many different models. You're able to directly just plug it in with Chasm AI, and Chasm AI will route you through the best model for your specific prompt and what you've been building for. So that's it. Basically, eventually all this thing will be decentralized by a app chain. And yeah, we are basically going into a TGE, basically not so by next month. End of next month, I've been talking to partners like Impossible Finance and everyone in terms of doing this node sale and planning to do a TGE by May. Any question?
All right. Do we have any questions for Chasm? Seb, please.
I'll book a meeting for other follow-ups. I'm super curious to figure out like about like how would the user know that they're using the best model, like, or that the best model has been selected? Like how is there any verifiability about that when most people don't even know how the LLM behind the scenes works?
Yeah, so basically what we actually figure out right now, so a lot of people always rank it against like different general model and for example Mistral and also Llama. So the very simple case is that if you are doing certain tasks is very simple and require not much context size and stuff like this, you definitely go for the cheaper model or the smaller size model because it's actually more cost efficient. It also gives you faster response and it'll save time. But what if we actually comes in to say like I'm building a game, for example, in the future, and we actually integrated behind the scene for Chasm network that's like different model for gaming and stuff like this. So we actually rank against each other. Definitely we'll be working with like, for example, a reinforcement learning layer as well to ensure everything's good. But it's very easy for us to just rank against each other based on what they actually train on. So we'll be filtering and whitelisting which model will be integrated into the network system and rank it against each other. So the Chasm Lag part filters it out, the context and everything. This is all done by like smaller size LLM that fine-tuned for this specific purpose. And after it compiles into like this thing, let me just share the screen a little bit here. After it actually compiles to something like this, you can see here gaming, character, direct generation, medieval, role-playing, historical. It actually got passed through into the Oracle system where the Oracle system
Sorry to stop
and
you.
they filter out the.
Sorry, we actually can't see your screen right now.
Oh, sorry, really?
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to stop you really quick. Sorry about that.
No problem. Basically, you can see right here, this is the prompt compiling here in the middle. It's a bit foggy, but let me just pull this out. So you can see after categorized by all these different categories, this Chasm-Lang compiler, which is actually an open source effort because we want people to constantly upgrade it for us as well and become the industry standard of it. So kind of like how Vercel actually do it with Node.js. But as this passes into the Chasm Oracle, what it actually does in the Chasm Oracle part is that it filters out all these different models that we actually tag on with all these different things. And that's basically how it filters and route people to the most efficient model.
I see. Okay, and then I assume that gets like updated as the models themselves change over time, or I guess like how does like it's because those are dynamic. Like does this kind of always run in the background or?
Yeah, so a lot of this thing actually like we don't actually have like our node operators and everything directly run the model. They actually work with different partners. I think the good thing about like state-of-the-art model in itself is that when you actually have like a model upgrade in itself, you don't really when people actually upgrade maybe from Mistral. The Mistral model, they upgraded into something else as well. You don't really need to upgrade it unless there's actual demand of people wanting to upgrade it. And that's how we wanted to integrate. So it actually really fits well into a whole governance system of like people telling you actually you need to upgrade the model. The biggest problem with centralized model today is that like GPT, for example, when they actually do the upgrade behind the scene, you don't even know they upgraded it. And a lot of prompts, maybe you have been running in production and it passed through the newest upgrade, it just don't work anymore and you couldn't control it. So you see a lot of tweets talking about building on GPT. They suddenly, the next day, the application doesn't work anymore. They need to firefight. So we want to do this in a more, I would say in a more dynamic approach, like having people to actually like governance actually tell us that we need to upgrade this model. We'll only upgrade, but we will still integrate them. So if people wanted to directly build onto new network, they would basically just integrate this new model rather than upgrading it. So eventually we still have people that's building on like the older model, but they haven't stable on it and they don't really want to upgrade into new model. They could do that as well. So multiple choice of them what they want to do.
Super cool. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And lastly, we have Leo Liu from Struck Crypto.
Yeah, so I have two quick questions. First one is, what's the connection between Chasm and Weave?
So Weave is basically our GUI no code building agent platform. What Chasm actually is our company, is also the network behind the scene that power Weave. So initially when we started this Weave, basically building Weave in itself, as Chasm, we are just a company. We didn't think about decentralizing, building a whole network system behind the scene. But why we eventually think so is that right now we do a lot of the load balancing, and eventually we'll be doing all this routing as well on our plate. So we don't want ourselves to be like we connect to all this decentralized AI infrastructure and network, right? We don't want to eventually make ourselves, if everyone's building through us and we become the centralized point of failure. So designing this whole thing in a network, we're able to do this load balancing part, which we already been testing out internally. Currently, the node sale will be next month, so people are able to run it, participate into this network. But in the initial phase, basically, it will be a decentralized load balancer, and eventually we'll add like the routing system, everything into the network. So it will do more things across time. But Weave in itself is a platform that allows people with no building experience, so they don't need to actually build through a CLI or something like that. They actually have a very good GUI, a very good interface for them to actually come on to build, because we believe people building on AI isn't just for builders, isn't just for like technical builders. I would want to say that. AI should allow more people to build. It should allow even people with creative to build as well, just like how Webflow did for front end. We want to do it for AI as well. So that's why we have Weave in this place.
Got it. And then in terms of the pricing, so I saw on the site, seems like the pricing right now is in dollars. So like, how does that tie with the token?
So this is a very good question. We actually pondered on this question a long time, whether the fact that we wanted to make this token in itself a token of consumption on our platform. But eventually we do a lot of competitive analysis and stuff like that. We realized we shouldn't do that. So within itself, the consumption of Weave and everything else behind the scene, it will route through basically a network, but in USD. And one of the main reasons because is we studied QuickNode, we studied TechWeb, we studied like Infura as well. All this platform that has taken off to allow builders to build is essentially using a very standard pricing model. And the reason of that is because, well, as builders, you're coming in, you want to build on the platform. If it's actually solving a hassle and everything, you also want it to be predictable in terms of the costs you have been spending on building all this thing, and you want to be able to project how much you will spend in the future as well, so you're able to strategize how you want it to build. So that's what we want to, that's what we learned, and that's why we didn't actually integrate the whole Chasm token into the expenditure of the whole thing. But the token basically acts as a network security, it acts as governance of people integrating into our platform. It acts as a leverage of how people wanted to push their integration to us very quickly. So the initial phase with right now, we actually have been talking to more notable partners and eventually want to drive, like we become the golden standard of like what people want to integrate. And we see a lot of decentralized AI project eventually will come out as well, newer projects. And if they want to integrate with us, they need to hold our token, vote for themselves, kind of like how CVX voting actually works, and push them into the governance so they can actually be integrated into the platform. So yeah, that's how we are able to think about the whole economy of the token, and at the same time ensure the fact that our platform is not bad in terms of user experience for the dev.
All right. Thank you very much for that, guys. If you have any further questions for KC from Chasm, please book a call using the link in the chat. And wait, don't go anywhere. Stop hovering over the leave call button. Stop it. Listen, before we wrap it up, please vote for your favorite project so we can choose a project that will get a free startup ticket to Paris Blockchain Week. Look in the chat. Vote for your favorite project. Yeah, look at this right here. You have to vote for your favorite project before you go. It's not optional. Actually, it is, but please. So anyway, please do that. I ask that you please do it right now if you can, please. Wow, look at that. All right, we already have 3 votes in. Perfect. All right. So I'll just leave this on the screen here. So I will give just a little bit of a wrap up while you guys are casting your votes. So thank you to everyone for joining us today, the judges, the participants, and our partners from Blockbeats for their media support. We really love our partners, and it wouldn't be possible without them. So if you're interested in joining our upcoming demo day on March 28th, feel free to reach out to me directly in the private messages on Telegram. I'd be happy to provide you with more details and make sure you're all set to participate. My handle is at IanMVA. That's at IanMVA. You can reach me on Telegram. So please continue casting your votes. It was awesome for you guys to be here, and I will see you next time. Thank you for being here, and before we hang up, please just cast your votes. So yeah, thank you guys.